I remember pulling my shelter out and thinking, I can't believe I'm doing this.
The hardest part when the decision came was the fact that we were going to have to deploy, and it was denial. I said, no way.
I pulled mine out and I looked at it and looked at the red tab and had been through the training every year like we do, and kind of said to myself, man, I can't really believe I'm doing this.
My way of thinking every year we'd do shelter training was, oh, it's just, you know, going through the motions. I'm never going to have to get in this. I'm never going to be in that position.
You watch these videos every year and everyone watches them from like a backed up perspective, like, that won't happen to me, you know. I have people around me, and from my experience, you know, we'll stay out of situations like that.
At that deployment site, threw down the crosscut, took off my PG bag, and literally I said to myself, I can't believe this is happening. Never ever thought I'd be doing this, grabbing my shelter out of my pack.
These firefighters thought they would never have to deploy their fire shelters. They watched videos like these and took their annual safety refresher, believing it would never happen to them. Now, they are openly sharing their stories with you in hopes their experiences can help you if you ever find yourself in a similar situation.
You just realize that you went through really, really intense heat, and something that you don't want to go through, but that you made it through. You just want to be able to pass on what you've been able to take out of it and how you felt and what worked well, what didn't work well, and try to pass that on to people, because you don't wish this upon anybody. But if there's ever a situation where you do get put in it, you want people to be able to have that slide to pull up to say, hey, this is what they did, or this is what I remember in training, or this is what I remember hearing, and that'll make that situation hopefully better for them.
The goals of this program are to help you understand what you may experience in a fire shelter deployment and survive it. It will help you put yourself in the boots of those firefighters who have deployed their fire shelters. This program is divided into 2 sections: fire shelter deployment stories and common insights. In the stories section, fire shelter deployment stories are presented. Firefighters will share in detail their experiences from the moment they realized they were entrapped to what they saw and felt while inside their shelters. These stories focus on the actual shelter deployments and not on what mistakes led to deployment. In the second section, the firefighters share their insights from their shelter deployments. Despite different fire situations, these firefighters will describe how they experienced similar conditions and issues when deploying their shelters. These common insights have been grouped into 7 sections. This program is not designed to be viewed in one sitting or in any particular order. For first-time viewings, pick a story or 2 to view and discuss, and then review some of the common insights. Save the rest of the stories and common insights for another training or safety meeting.
We're not advocating or glorifying the use of fire shelters in this program. Remember, do everything you can to avoid situations where you might need to use a fire shelter. So there is no guarantee using a fire shelter will save your life, but the lessons in this program may give you a better chance of survival. When listening to these firefighter stories, put yourself in their place. Don't focus on what led to the situation, but how they dealt with it once there.